Greetings, new employee! We here at Deep Rock Galactic are thrilled to welcome you to the premier space mining operation on Hox's 4. Through our scrutinous hiring protocols, you have been selected for deployment to DRG due to your excellent work ethic, commendable team spirit, and a willingness to plunge into terrifying caves that anyone with even an ounce of sensibility wouldn't dare. Before you begin in earnest, however, management requires us to show these worker training videos as part of recent efforts to reduce the excessive number of workplace fatalities. This series of videos assumes you have completed the introductory training course upon initial startup. However, if you were sick that day or didn't complete it for whatever reason, you can access the tutorial by using this terminal here. Today, we are looking at the Scout, the most mobile of all the classes currently employed. We will discuss the Scout's role and all of the various equipment they use to assist the team. The Scout is the most mobile of the 9 classes, utilizing his superior movement speed and ability to double jump. He can easily outmaneuver the other classes and deal tremendous damage with his scattergun. He also... What's that, Frank? No, I am talking about the Scout. Oh, you mean the Deep Rock Galactic Scout. Whoops. Sorry about that, folks. I was talking about the Scout from Team Fortress 2 instead. Apologies. Let me just... find the correct notes, and we'll try this again. Okay, from the top. The Scout is the most mobile of the dwarves, and also provides powerful support by lighting up the caves. While the Scout is certainly able to defend himself, he lacks the raw power of a gunner or driller, and is incapable of directly assisting other classes with movement, such as how the Engineer's platforms can be used by everyone. Still, the Scout is an integral part of the team, and will be sure to light up your spelunking experience. The Scout's default primary weapon is the Deep Core GK2 Assault Rifle. What it lacks in sheer size and girth is more than made up for with versatility and reliability. The Deep Core fires a steady stream of bullets that deal a respectable amount of damage, while maintaining decent accuracy, which allows it to be useful at any range, from close quarters to long-range shots. Combine this with a decent clip size and reserve ammo supply, and the Deep Core is sure to bail you out of more than a few tight scrapes. However, the Deep Core doesn't specialize in any particular aspect, which to some can make it seem unremarkable. But still, a gun's a gun, and guns murder things, so at least nobody can accuse you of not doing your job. The Scout's unlockable primary weapon is the M1000 Classic, a semi-automatic rifle. While the Deep Core was designed for general-purpose use, the M1000 was designed for long-range precision elimination. Holding left-click will charge the rifle. The longer you hold left-click, the more damage you'll deal. However, your movement speed is reduced while charging, so keep that in mind. If you want to cancel a charge shot, simply hit right-click. With high damage shots that can be further improved with charging and targeting weak spots, the M1000 can eliminate many of the smaller bugs with just a single shot. Unfortunately, the M1000 has a low clip size, a slow rate of fire, and requires charging for maximum effectiveness, which makes it inadequate at close quarters, against groups of enemies, or when you're ambushed. Stay alert if you choose to bring the M1000 into the field. The creatures of Hox's are not renowned for their patience when lunch is on the menu. The Scout's default secondary weapon is the jury-rigged boomstick. Sometimes, you don't care about accuracy or range. Sometimes, you just need to blast an insect's face clean off. The jury-rigged boomstick can do that. While the blast of buckshot is practically worthless at anything outside of sneezing range, you'll be having too much fun eviscerating whatever living thing invades your personal space to really care. It may only hold 2 shots at a time, but this force of nature is the real deal. Just make sure to reload it whenever you get the chance. The Scout's unlockable secondary weapon is the Zhukov NUK-17. These dual-wielded submachine guns can lay down a blistering hail of gunfire that, just like the jury-rigged boomstick, excel at close-range combat. While the Zhukov certainly shoots quickly, its low clip size means that it also empties quickly, so frequent reloading is necessary. Still, if your aim is true, there will hardly be any trace left of your adversaries. This covers the Scout's basic armaments. As stated before, the Scout is not the powerhouse of the group, so Scouts should look to provide supporting fire rather than lead an assault. The Scout's defining tool is the self-propelled grappling gun. This little number enables the Scout to latch onto any nearby surface and pull themselves towards it at breakneck speeds. This provides the Scout with incredible freedom to explore the caves without worrying about deep chasms and insurmountable cliffs. However, the grappling gun does have a few drawbacks. First, its reach isn't infinite, so you'll have to be somewhat close to what you want to jump to. Secondly, it has a brief recharge time between uses, so you won't be able to use it continuously. And remember, if you latch onto a dangerous place and have no means of escape and are forced to contemplate the sweet release of death, it's entirely your fault. No! The darkness is not to be feared. It is to be understood. Now, the bugs in the darkness are definitely to be feared, but with the flare gun, you can push back against the darkness. The flare gun fires an adhesive flare that can stick to any surface and provides far more light than the standard throwable flares every dwarf carries. Whenever you enter a new cavern section, it's a good idea to fire a few flares at the ceiling to check for hazards and get the lay of the land. While the flares can do damage to enemies, management does not recommend using them for combat. However, killing a dreadnought with the flare gun has been confirmed to be, as the employees put it, rad. This concludes our introduction to the Scout. Be sure to tune in next time as we continue our examination of the various classes available at Deep Rock Galactic. Until then, go fast and kick ass.